y'all. Welcome back to another episode of All Things Davon, where there's no limits, no filters, honest conversations, and yes, the truth we all can relate to. Today's guest moved differently in a house that often rewarded noise over nuance. While others leaned into chaos, she leaned into observation, emotional awareness, and yes, self respect, even when that meant sitting with discomfort. Her journey wasn't loud, but it was layered. And sometimes those are the stories that most deserve the space, okay? So without further ado, let's welcome the one and the only, my cowgirl sister, Anissa.
Period. That was beautiful.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having
I
me.
did my one too. I did my little ones too. Yeah. How you feeling?
I feel good.
Ooh.
We're getting things together today. I'm excited
Mhm.
to answer some questions, get a little messy. You
I
know
know.
me.
Stick our whole toe in a little bit,
Just
Dip
a
our feet in
little.
some water. Okay. So before we even get into
I
Love
have mine
Cabin,
ready.
right. Oh my goodness. Before we get into Love Cabin, the episodes and the reunion and all that jazz, I just want to say thank you for being here and being open to, revisiting the experience. I know you just wrapped up with reunion soon and all that jazz. It's just y'all. I heard that show up till 5 a.m. So
Yeah.
y'all better than me because I would have put my feet up and catch some Z's. Okay.
Listen,
I
it
would
was
have
a
caught some Z.
long night.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
appreciate you for taking your time to even, talk to me and all that jazz. I really do appreciate it. Before we even get into the show, I do want to start, with you. I feel like we see the show, we see all this stuff, but I feel like it doesn't really showcase people as individuals. I feel like it was a lot of fighting. So let's dial it back, let's dial it back a little bit. Where did you grow up and what was your childhood like for yourself and emotionally?
Oh, I love that question. I was raised in Dallas. Well, I was born in Dallas, Texas, and I was raised in Okinawa, Japan because my dad's in the military.
Mm-hmm.
So we traveled a lot. Like whenever I was growing up, I was the only child for a minute, but my stepdad had like a daughter. So I have a younger sister, and then I have two twin brothers. So I
Mm.
played mommy growing up too. So I'm
Uh-huh.
very much an older sister vibe,
Mm.
always like watching out for everybody. So yeah, that's me.
Oh, that's right. So you said you were raised up in Japan. So can you speak? Ja- uh, can you speak?
Listen, I can more understand Japanese than I can speak it. Whenever I speak
Okay.
it, I sound like a country girl speaking Spanish. You know what I mean? It's bad.
And
But
that's okay. And that's okay. That's okay. Cause oh, I forgot we had forgot to give him a little cameo moment. We decided to coordinate some looks.
oh,
Give a little moment.
you
Cowboy cowgirl
know,
situation.
yeehaw.
Some cancer shit. 'Cause we're both cancers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so in relationships before Love Cabin, what patterns did you feel like you kept repeating?
Ooh. Okay, so I'm a very, very picky girl.
Me
And one
too.
thing about me is I like whenever I get into a relationship,
Yeah.
I have to focus on that one person. And if that one person turns me off, that's whenever I move on to the next. I've never been the type of girl to like have a roster because I get distracted. Like
Thank you. Oh my goodness. I am the same person. You're like, no, just date around, go on multiple dates. Yo, I
Mhm.
cannot do that. I cannot do that. Like if I'm
Yeah.
fixated on one person, trust and believe you'll know I'm fixated on you until I'm not.
Until I'm not. And then
Mm.
I'm able to move on. Otherwise, it's just like if we're talking, then we're talking and we're having a good time. Why do I need to talk to anyone else?
Okay. So
Until
okay.
I need to talk to someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so then okay, so what's your like all right, what's like your red flags and like okay, no, we can't do this.
My red flags.
Yeah.
Um, I'm obsessive,
Me too.
sadly. Yeah. No, and I don't even mean to be. I'll be like, "Oh, I like this guy, but who cares? Like, I don't even know if I like him for real." But I'm like, you better answer the phone. If he doesn't answer the phone, then he's cut off because I need him to answer right now.
Mhm.
And if he's not there for me every moment of the day, then what is he doing? He's
Mhm.
gone.
That's yeah. Yeah, uh-huh. I didn't even realize that
Yeah.
because whenever I actually got into an actual relationship that I was like, oh, I was like, dang, I'm a little there too much. I'm like, I'm a
Mhm.
little there
There
too
too
much. But
much.
not, but
That's
don't
me.
but don't get that misconstrued like I don't have my own life. Because trust, I knew who I was before I met you, okay?
Very much, yeah.
Let's not.
Mhm.
But it's better to have somebody
Just
who's
a lover
accepting about you.
girl.
So one thing that someone has always told me that I feel like that's gonna benefit both me and you, that has benefited me, but I feel like it might benefit you, or you probably already know already, is that my mom has always told me, she said when you're in a relationship, make sure you find someone who loves you more than you love them. And I didn't understand what that meant initially. I was like, girl, what? I was like, no, love has to be equal. But for
Right.
individuals like us who love so hard and our natural nature is to care and love in nature,
Mhm.
sometimes people can see that as weakness, and sometimes we may stay in a situation longer than we need to.
Mhm.
So that's something I had to apply. Mhm.
Yeah, I completely agree. My mom used to tell me the same thing. Actually, my granny, she used to tell me, "Oh, girl, you can learn to love somebody." And I'm like, "Learn to love somebody? That is the most up thing ever."
Okay.
Like, what are you saying? Like, he can be ugly? And she's like, no, like, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, he could be the ugliest guy, but if he treats you right and you know he treats you right, then you better learn to love him because there's not many people out here that'll do it like that. So
Mhm.
I always keep that in mind. That's why I always say I don't have a type. I just go with the flow. If it
Mhm.
leads me there, then that's what it's supposed to be.
I'm sorry, I gotta type.
You got a type? I can't. I can't have a type.
I don't wanna say necessarily I have a type because I'm not a person who's like colorist. That's not me. I just it's just something about dating someone white.
Mhm.
It's not a color thing. I think it's just more of a I just don't have time to explain simple stuff, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, the last time I dated a white guy, I remember he pissed me off so bad because he didn't know, like, random, simple things
Mhm.
that Black people would know, like how to
Yes.
make rice, you
Like
know?
simple stuff like
Boil it.
that. Like a little like those simple things, I feel like I couldn't have the patience for, and it's nothing against anybody who's white. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I love interracial couples. I mean, get it how you get it, love it how you love it. If that's your type, that's your type. Kudos to you. But
Mhm.
that's just not the way I'm going. I don't care about color,
I feel it.
but I mean, you never know. If they were like an educated white person, I mean, maybe, maybe, I'm not knocking it. But Imma just go where the heart leads me, okay?
That part.
Mhm. So what does emotional safety mean to you in a relationship?
Emotional safety. I think I used to say like I'm not the type of girl who needs reassurance, but I think I am the type of girl that needs reassurance.
Mhm.
Whether that's just like showing that you genuinely still care about me, like, not, hey, what are you doing every
Yeah.
single day?
Mhm.
But more like, how are you? What did you do today? Just
Mhm.
checking in on me
Yeah.
is so important because I live a very busy life. So whenever someone checks in on me and they're like genuinely interested in like what I have going on and not being like overly, not protective, but just like overbearing, that is so key for me. Like that just makes me feel so safe because like yeah, I'm out here and I'm doing wild because I live a very crazy lifestyle.
Yeah.
But if you're still there and you're still vibing with me and I'm still vibing with you and we have an understanding, then that's like
Key. Mwah,
mhm,
chef's kiss components,
mhm.
like yeah. That's how I feel. That's how I feel too, yeah. I feel like definitely for sure, like, not just piggybacking, but, like, when I mean, like, reassurance, not reassurance that, "Oh, like, you're beautiful, you're this," like, that child, look at you, look at me. Come on. You know, like, you
We
know,
already knew that.
no, I mean, look, I mean, why that's why you're here. That is why you're
Mhm.
here. I'm not talking about
Mhm.
that. I'm talking about like in different aspects. Like I said, you and I, like we're living the most busiest lives doing this and this and that. So if you can take the time to like stop your life to make sure I'm okay. And it's not that I won't reciprocate it because I'm gonna reciprocate it right back. But if it's like a
Exactly.
mutual thing, oh, you're gonna get the best out of me for sure.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
no, I completely agree.
That's how I am.
Mm.
So, to be like devil's advocate, I kinda wanna flip it around a little bit. What's something you realize you need emotionally that you used to minimize or ignore?
Something that I need. Um, Physical touch. Okay, so because I was raised in Japan, we're very traditional.
Mhm,
We're very, like, polite in the streets. There's there's nothing that says I need to be making out in the middle of the street right now in Japan. I've
mhm.
never been raised around that, like, type of behavior.
Yeah.
But as I grew up and I started to see, like, oh, like, people are, hugging up, people are dancing together at the club, like, it's kinda cute.
Little 1-2 action, you know?
Yeah, a little 1-2 action. I just recently, like, was dating this guy and we were walking through the mall and he started tickling me and it was like the most embarrassing thing, but it was also so cute and everybody was looking around and they're like laughing and smiling at us and I was like, "Ew, like we look cute." And I kind of appreciate it. I don't know. I just think like being cute in public is something that I didn't think that I needed, but it is pretty
It
cute.
builds up character points for them, you know?
Yeah. Especially like being a shy girl. I'm like, "Don't touch me. That's not
I
appropriate."
feel like it's so weird. I really feel like you're the gir you're the girl version of me.
We probably have so much in common and we just don't even know yet.
Bro, like I've it's like I really feel like you're the girl. It's crazy. It's like, are you the person? Because this is me. So I feel like if you're like me, you're probably like this too. Are you the? Because I've always been the shy, nerdy person, but truly, when you get to know me, I'm the full extrovert. Is that
Yeah.
you?
I'm the same exact
Like
way.
appearance wise, you may think I'm shy, but once you like, if you
Mhm.
talk to me, I am the most extroverted. Like
I'm
I'm
a
down for a good
yapper.
time. Yes, I'm
I'm a
down.
yapper. I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." Like, I'm the most downest bitch you know.
Okay.
And if you just meet me off the bat, I'm like, "Hi, my name's Anissa, nice to meet you."
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
about it.
That's me. Oh my goodness. That's why I always say, I say, don't, whatever perception y'all be seeing online or my Instagram or wherever it is, throw it out the window because when you see in person, it's not going to
Mhm.
be the same.
Mhm. I have too many, like, different personalities online. I feel like no one knows me for real.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, I feel like having this conversation is going to differentiate it a lot more.
For sure, you
Hmm.
know?
Hmm. But I said all that to ask because before stepping into Love Cabin, some of
Eek.
those things tested a lot of those things in real time.
Yeah.
So when you first entered in the house, what was your genuine intentions?
Okay, walking into the house okay, ew, this is so embarrassing, but I'm gonna be so raw with you. I literally, like, went in and I, like, prayed over everyone. I was just like, "You know what? Like, I hope that" 'cause, Zeus Network is crazy. So, I was like, "I hope that this doesn't bring out the worst in people. I hope that people, cannot lose their minds, and I really just wanted the best for everybody." So, going in, I think I was just looking for something because I wasn't expecting let me just say that. Like, I was not expecting the guys to be cute. I was not expecting the girls to be cute. I was not expecting anything.
Mhm.
But going in, I was like, "You know what? Just go in with, like, positive intentions, and it'll end out fine." I did not know what to expect, though. I wasn't expecting
Mm.
anything at all.
Okay. Okay, okay. So early on, Did you feel like the environment matched? Well, actually, that kind of actually answers your question, actually, because I was gonna say early on, did you feel like the environment matched what you thought it would be? But obviously, it didn't. Obviously, it didn't. So, how quickly did you realize that the love cabin wasn't really about love, but survival? Because in my opinion, child, I feel like it was becoming more like OnlyFans.
You're telling me.
Mm,
Okay, so what was it? I think it was that first challenge that we did. I think it was the truth or strip. And I was watching everybody do their little truths or dares or whatever.
yeah.
And I just slowly started looking around and, observing. And I was like, oh, like, this is not going to be like oh, do a challenge. You know how in Love Island, how they
Kissing
like
challenge
a
and
kissing challenge,
something.
like go jump in the kiddie pool, find the key, and then make out with your partner. I was so excited. I was like, yes, I'm gonna shake my ass coming down the water slide. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm,
I was so ready to just like be so cute in these little challenges.
mhm.
And these challenges like literally showed me real quick that this was not gonna be anything that I expected. And it was like, what, that second night that I was like, "Okay, this is
Yeah.
not what I thought it was."
Mhm, I was like, "Oof." I was like, "Y'all doing it y'all doing a little."
I
I mean,
swear, my face in that episode, I'm just like, "Ugh," the whole time, the whole
right? Because I was like, "Dang, on night 1, day 1, shoot.
time.
Day 1 already? Can I get a hi, how are you? Can we go on
"Hi,
a
how are
date?
you?"
My name is" like
Yeah, I was
so
shook.
so did you feel, like, pressure to perform, or did you, like, intentionally choose to stay true to yourself? Or, like, what like
One thing that I will say is that I always tried to do random things for the plot. Like, and it didn't even work because what? I mean, I guess you guys didn't see a lot of what was going on. But that first night, I think I kissed Brian first, and then I kissed Thanos and I got sent back to Brian. Well, my kiss with Brian was fire. Whenever Ray J asked me to pick someone else, I was like, well, damn, like, I guess I have to pick someone else if he's giving me the opportunity to pick someone else. It makes
yeah.
only sense to do that. So I just did it. Not because I wasn't into Brian. A lot of people think they're like, oh no, like she was so into Thanos. Like she didn't even care about Brian. But I think I just did it just to do it.
Mhm,
Or
mhm.
just what else did I do? Like put my heart, I think it was the splash challenge.
Yeah,
I
splashing,
put
like, move your
like
heart, yeah. Mhm.
yeah, I put my heart on Michael for no reason. I don't I don't
Shake it
know
up a
why
little
I did
bit.
that.
Let these girls know, keep your feet on like, you know? You know?
Yeah. So, just random stuff that I would just do. I was just like, "Okay, like, that doesn't make any sense, but we're
Mhm,
just gonna do it anyway."
do you feel like there were, like, moments early on or just in general where you felt like you were misunderstood?
Um, mm, wait, ask me again.
Like, do you feel like there was, like, any, like, moments where you feel like people weren't where people didn't, like, misunder people didn't understand you as much? Or was there ever, like, a situation where you felt like you didn't get enough camera time for people to understand who you are? Or do you feel like people were calling you boring? Or did you feel like you showcased yourself enough?
Mm, I don't think that I showcased myself enough. I will say, going into a house where you have, like, multiple personalities and they're all so different, and me, I'm a very I wouldn't say conservative, but I'm very, strict.
Mhm,
Like, I don't like everybody in my space all the time. I did not know what I was signing up for, clearly.
mhm,
But, us, like, all sleeping in the same room, always being around each other all the time, I'd just,
mhm,
like, duck off, and I'd be like, "Hey, I'm just gonna slide over to the side for a second." But
mhm.
So sometimes I would like take my little breathers, but I don't think that I got like the camera time that I needed only because a lot of stuff got like cut out. A lot of stuff got edited. I'm sure they
So
have.
what's one thing that you wish that was aired that was not put on?
Ooh, spicy.
Girl, I got more. I got more where this came from.
Um, what is one thing that happened? Um, there's this one time at the Splash Challenge. No, it
Mm,
wasn't the Splash Challenge. It was the massage challenge.
mm,
And I remember that was pretty tough for Brian, and he was not trying to do that. He was just like, I'm just not doing that. And I was like, it's okay. I got you. And I remember them asking me about it in confessionals, and I guess it just never got aired. But even that night, like I remember Ray J had us like express how we felt to each other. And he Brian told me, he was like, I've never felt like this in 10 years and I'm really into you. And it was like a beautiful monologue. And it didn't get aired. It was
hmm,
gorgeous though.
hmm.
It was gorgeous.
I feel like I feel like the show lacked the plot of like showcasing actual love and like emotional development, in my
Yeah.
opinion. In my
Yeah.
opinion, because I feel like it just started. I feel like it was like sexual at first, and then as we started to see more like regular challenges, it started to be more watchable and
Yeah.
like, okay, this is kind of cute. This is tea.
More
So,
watchful. I mean, it was easier for me to even be there. I was like, okay, we can do this. This is fine.
yeah, yeah, I was like, because I feel like for season two, I feel like they need to like make it more like I don't know if it's I feel like because I feel like me and you can relate on this. For me, in order to get my attention, I'm sorry, you gotta mentally stimulate me. Like you have to
Right.
mentally stimulate me. So it's like the physical is all right. I can see the physical all day long, but what's next?
Mhm. Yeah.
Like what's next? So I feel like they were more focused on
Mhm.
the physical characteristics, which is good, but I wish they added some more mentally like
Yeah.
mental challenges that could have built connections for real. And I feel like that's something they could take away from.
I felt that. That's a
Mm-hmm.
really good point. You know what I hope they bring on season 2
Hmm.
is just more like, because in Love Island whenever they have like little scenes and you'll see like the girls are talking in one room and then it'll be like, "Oh, why is that girl talking to that guy?" And you can
Hmm.
kind of like see it like in the
Yeah.
screen pans to over like
Mhm.
to them looking at them. I really want like more integrated like
Yeah, it
little
get like something that gives
chats.
me life, like ooh, hold
Yeah,
on,
like what's
like
going on over there? Like
yeah, stuff like that, and like I feel like stuff like that would like definitely make it more watchable. I mean,
fact,
I mean, I love Ray J. He's cool people, but I mean, maybe I should like also be a host too.
right? Shit, maybe I should also be the host.
Shoot, like come on, you know how they be having like an after show and like can
Right.
we like host something? Like
Yes.
that's our pitch. That's our
There
pitch.
should be that. What is that called? I forgot.
I
What is
forgot what
it?
it's called. I forgot what it's called.
But it is
You
so
know what I'm talking
good.
about though. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
like like let me host or something like that. Like let me get
You
the
know,
vibes going for real because I'm gonna make sure somebody falls in love for real.
exactly.
Hmm.
Oh, you know what I just remembered?
Yeah,
Another thing that I wish that aired was the fact that me and Brian were the first people to be invited to the Love Shack.
I was wondering who was the first ones.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Hmm.
were the first ones invited and we were gonna go, but that was the night that Sheila and Desi fought and it was just too much going on. They wanted to film it and make it cute. So they were like, okay, like not tonight, we're gonna do it tomorrow. And then like tomorrow would come and they'd be like, oh, like who wants to go into the Love Shack? And we'd be like, it's okay because they owe it to us. We don't even have to worry about it. But they just kept inviting different people. And I was like, what the fuck? Like every single time they'd be like, "Oh, like, we just snuck off to the left." I was like, "You can do that? Like, you can just sneak off? They're not letting people sneak off out here. How did you
I
get
thought it would have
permission
been
to do
perfect.
that?"
You know what I would low key feel though? I feel like they knew they saw potential in both of y'all potentially winning, so they had to eliminate somebody.
Right? Something happened.
Mm-hmm. So, your connection with Brian, felt intentional and grounded and compared to a lot of other pairings in the house. Did it feel real to you? And what was happening?
Um, it felt very real. I
Mm-hmm.
guess it's kind of awkward to talk about now because it's over, but in that time, it was everything I needed. Like, Brian is a gentleman. You cannot take that away from him.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that, and I feel like we have so much in common too, but anything that I ever needed and I would think in my head, I would think that we had like telepathic energy or something because I
Yeah.
would be thinking it and he'd be like, "Oh, do you want a water? Open it for me and set it like with my food." And I'd be like, "Oh, I was just thinking about that." Or he'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, like, you want your blanket, don't you?" Like, just random, like, acts of service. I'd be like, "Wow." Every morning, he would make me tea, make sure that I'm good, make sure that I have a jacket because I don't know why I didn't bring many jackets. I brought a fur mink coat and a hoodie, and I thought I would be good, but no. But he always made sure that I was taken care of, and I loved it. He's a sweetheart,
That's
really.
cute. That's cute. That's cute.
Yeah.
And like by episode, I think it was like by episode 9, it felt like, y'all were like locked in emotionally and all that jazz. What does locked in mean to you?
Locked in. Locked in is like, I'm not really, you know how I told you in the beginning, like,
Mhm.
I'm focused on one person. I can't really focus on other
You and you
people.
only.
I probably won't entertain other people if, like, I'm locked in. You know
You
what I
feel like you
mean?
feel like you're at that point?
Yeah,
Mm.
for sure. At that point, towards the end, yeah,
Mm.
I was so I was so ready for Ryan.
Mm. So, and then what pissed me off, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people off too as well, there's a switch. And Ray J, took your man away and then ended up
Yeah.
having him paired with Athena.
Oh.
When that happened, what did that moment trigger for you emotionally?
For me, I think I'm a crybaby and I am used to getting what I want. Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially in a relationship like point of view. So I knew I didn't have anything to worry about with Athena.
Mhm.
However, I think just the situation, knowing that Brian was sharing his gentlemanness with someone else, like, I think what really had me back was, you know, he helps me off the stage and he's helping me, but he's also helping Athena. And
Ooh,
I'm
ooh.
like, "Boy, you don't even like Athena. Like, why are you helping her down the stairs? Like, you don't need to help her down the
Well,
stairs. You
I
don't
had
need
your
to help
back.
her."
I had your back too because I asked him that same question yesterday.
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
Mhm.
So, he's helping her down the stairs. We get inside, and he's just chatting with her. And I'm like, "Why the is he talking to her? I'm not
And I
talking to
asked him
my
too as
gal."
well. He started laughing too as well. So I didn't mean to cut you off. I also asked him. I said, "So, you was with my girl, and why was y'all having pillow talk talking about family?"
Yes, no, and then on top of that, being in the cabin, I'm gonna tell you, like, this is so embarrassing, but I crashed out pretty bad. Like,
Mm.
and gladly, the only thing y'all saw was me puffing my little vape in the bed, upset, listening, ear hustling next to Brian's bed. But they were in there and they were just talking throughout the house, getting to know each other, and I was like, "Are they really talking to each other? Like, is he really talking to her over me right now?" And then whenever they get in the bed and I hear them, like, just chatting, like, "Oh, where are you from?" And then she's like, "Oh, my family," and da 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 da. And I'm like, why the fuck are they having like this deep conversation and they just talking, keep talking, keep talking. And I think like hearing them talk, I could not do it. And in the cabin, it was so fake. That's what I was telling you. Because we would have to like pretend go to sleep sometimes
Mhm,
just for camera or whatever.
mhm,
So we would be laying down and they'd be like, all right, lay down for 20, 30 minutes. And once we get, like our night footage, you guys are free to, finish getting ready for bed. And within that 20, 30 minutes of them, like getting to know each other, I'm literally going crazy because I'm like, damn, like, how long do I have to listen to this? And
mm,
then I don't know, he's just a gentleman. I don't need him being nice to anyone else but me. It was
mhm,
it was disgusting. I
mhm,
hated it. I hated it bad. As soon as like I don't think I waited for like that full 30 minutes. I think 15 minutes happened and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I
mhm.
walked out and they're like, Anissa, you have to go lay down. I was like, I need a blunt. Like I'm not I'm not doing this with y'all anymore, like, I'm gonna go smoke. So,
You better cut a clip with
find a
somebody else
dude.
and thing.
Like
Y'all got 15 minutes enough. Shoot.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was not going for it.
Mm-mm, and I also gotta ask too, so watching I don't even know if you watched it, but when you heard news of Athena spooning Brian after that switch, how did that land for you too?
Um, I think that was, like, my cherry on top
Oh,
because I
yeah.
already crashed out a little bit. I already, like, had
What's
my
your
little
version of a
onesie
crash
the night
out?
before. Hmm?
What's your version of a crash out?
I definitely cried. It was definitely like I was like, I think I need to smoke." It was like I couldn't crash out because there was no real reason for me to crash out, so I felt so crazy because I was like, "I need to say something. There's nothing I can say. I don't wanna talk to Brian's dumbass because he's over here pillow talking with Athena. There's no one for me to talk to. People keep telling me to go here, do this, and I just could not, like, have, like, my emotional freedom, like, how I wanted to,
Mhm.
so I was crashing out more up here than it was, like, you know.
Yeah. Mhm. No, I felt that. I felt that. I felt that. So, like you said, it was a cherry on top whenever she was spooning Brian, and I was like,
Yeah.
and I don't know if well, he told me this, so it it's not out, of course, but from what he told me is that he's like, "Oh, man, I felt violated," but then I told him, I said, "For someone who feels a little violated, you kept that going."
Mhm. Yeah, no, I remember having a conversation with Brian, Desi, and Michael. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, no, I'm not friends with Brian right now." He was like, he was spooning with Athena. And he was like, "What do you want me to do? Like, push her off?" And I looked at Desi and Michael, and they were like, "Hell yeah, just" they were
Ah.
like, "Hell yeah, what the fuck?" So, whenever I heard them say that, I was like, "Yeah, Brian, like, why are you being so nice? Like, I'm a nice girl. There's no reason for you to, no. Because if I did that with, what, Thanos, it would've been a whole different story. So, mm.
Yeah, because 'cause
After
I'm
that,
like,
I started
mm-mm.
flirting hard with Thanos, and I was like, "You know what? I think I need to explore a little bit."
Let him miss you a little bit, you know?
Mhm,
Mhm.
mhm.
You gotta sometimes you gotta train them, you know? Sometimes
That's
you
what it
gotta
is.
and sometimes it gets to that point. So, looking back, do you feel like you were placed in a position to quietly endure that rather than react?
Um, mm, I feel like there was plenty of time for me to react, but reacting over a man is just not my thing.
Mm.
Like, if you wanna go be stupid, then go be stupid. What do
Mhm.
I have to do with that? Like,
Mhm.
I'm never gonna fight over man. I'm never gonna be like to press unless they're doing some slick like
Mm-hmm.
that where like I have a reason to be pressed. And usually whenever small happens like that, I'm strict. It's real strict over here. So as soon as I get turned off, that's whenever I told you like that one person, I'm looking at them, I'm into it. They do that one up, now I'm looking at you sideways and I can possibly move on.
Yeah, now it's
Yeah.
raps.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's raps, and
Unless
that's
you fix
over.
this immediately.
Okay. Okay, so I want to play a little game segment. Just asking who did this, who did that, just a little one too, okay?
Let's see.
All right, so who in the house talked the most and stood out the least?
The most and stood out the least. Mm, stood out the least. Damn. Ugh, and it's sad because I'm gonna have to give it to Jaren. He
Mm,
came in and he came out like it was way, way, way too quick.
mhm.
But he had a lot to say, but he had no time to show it.
How long was he here? I ain't gonna lie.
Like an episode or two, and that sucks.
Dang.
Sucks real bad.
Mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's
They
like-
were not feeling him. 'Cause Gerald was fine in my eyes. Everybody else, they're like, him.
oh my goodness. Okay, and who who do you think was moving the most strategic versus being genuine?
I would give that one to the thing is, I'm trying not to be messy, and it's like, who cares?
At this
I would
point.
probably yeah, I would probably give it to Michael. Mm,
Mm. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Ain't me like that.
Why so?
Well, next question.
Who did you trust the least?
Who did I trust the least? Um, shit, who was the messiest? The person not to trust in the house would probably be John, because I promise you, as soon as you pissed him off, he's gonna pull that out of his pocket.
Every time.
Yep.
Every time. Every time. Man has no filters.
No, he's not afraid to do it either.
Oh my goodness. I kind of want us to say this at the same time. Who do you think was just trying to survive eliminations? And when you have your answer, I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, and we both say it.
Okay, ready? I have it. I have it.
It's okay.
3.
and this will show if we're like in sync for real.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do
Cause we're
it.
gonna out each other out. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Athena.
Kiara. Oh, wow. Wow. And you know what? Both are valid. Both are valid.
You know what? I can see them both.
Both are valid.
You know what?
Kiara,
Honestly, I
she
would say Kiara as my second one because she wasn't getting the
mhm.
most connections until I scooped in and saved her.
Yeah.
So I can see
Mhm.
that logic. But I was thinking more from the point of view where Athena was saying the most because she was saying that all of a sudden, oh, you know what, like a little Asian guy, little K-pop girly. And
A
I was
little
like,
K-pop
huh?
girly.
But I was like, but she never showed him no attention at all.
Yeah.
Gave him no
No.
play. And then the same thing you said, oh, I like a little white boy because Ice came in, but you had nobody else that wanted you.
Yeah. I was like, girl, I think that's whenever I
Your
said the
face
last
said it
time I heard,
all.
you said you like white boys. Like,
Your
what are you
your
talking
face
about?
said it all. Your face is like, girl, please.
Yeah, I just seen a TikTok of my face and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I really be looking like that. I need Botox, child."
Me too. I need something to
Yeah, just keep that face because I'd be like,
Cause my face would be like,
"What?"
girl, like, uh. Okay, so who would you actually never date in real life?
Who would I never date in real life? Um, who I never date? Uh, probably Thanos because he's young as shit.
How old is he?
He's 21.
Oh, if you had to pick one moment that changed your entire experience, what was it?
One moment that changed it all. Um, Probably when Brian got eliminated
Mm-hmm.
because
My girl was balling.
I did not think that I was gonna cry like that. Child.
But she cried pretty though.
Um, I tried to hold it back and I was like, okay, like I got it. And then I felt like everything welts up and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
no, it's over.
I was like, my girl cares.
I
She
was
cares.
so distraught. I was like,
She
how could they
cares.
do this to me?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay, and and sometimes it's just it's the quiet reactions that say the loudest ones that speak up the most.
Mhm.
You didn't have to say too much, but the action spoke in the room.
Yeah.
So there are moments where women who reacted emotionally were labeled as dramatic, and women who didn't were overlooked. Do you feel like you fell in that narrative?
Um, yeah, I do think that in reality TV, if you really wanna, like, pop off, you have to crash out in some sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a thing. Like, with all the reality TV show, like, baddies that I think of, like, I Love New York, or even, like, you know,
Nene Leakes.
Natalie Nunn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I run LA, like, you have to you have to, like, pop your real loud for people to get it, and I'm not like a all the time. It
Mm-hmm.
comes out whenever,
And need
like,
be.
I get to know you,
Yeah.
whenever it needs to come out,
Yeah,
but
did
if
you
I
ever
don't
feel like any
feel
pressure to react, like, louder just to be seen?
Yeah, no, I don't I'm not like a fake girl.
Yeah, me
If
too.
I feel like you don't need my 2 cents because my 2 cents is very valuable, then you just don't need it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why I said earlier, I said, "Yeah, when the camera was cut, I was like and I was trying to jump back in, I was like, "I can't do it.
Mhm.
I can't do it." So
Very much so.
do you feel like love cabin creates spaces for emotionally intelligent women, or do you feel like they punish them in a sense?
Um, for me, it was a little bit of a punishment.
Mhm.
But I feel like if another bright-minded girl would go into the same situation that I'm in, or that I was, I would just say, like, "Don't wear your heart on your sleeve and play the game."
Mm. That's true. And one thing I even forgot to talk about that I'm gonna I gotta bring up.
Oh,
I gotta bring up.
there it is. I
'Cause
can't hide from it anymore.
yeah, no, 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 no. It was in my questions, and I just realized I was like, "Oh shoot, no!" It just came back in my head because I didn't write it
Right.
down. Um, things going on with you and Brian, like, Lord,
Yeah.
we were rooting for y'all. We thought y'all were gonna last. Things happened.
Mhm.
I noticed that there was reasonings I had asked Brian his perspective on why you guys are like didn't work. He said really good things about you though. He said like you were amazing. Like he said you were a
Yeah.
sweetheart and all that jazz. And I just wanted to ask you, he had made some comments regarding in the sense of how you said it was you weren't Christian enough. How did that make you feel in a sense?
Um, Granted, Brian never said I wasn't Christian enough. Um, that was just the way that he put it, and that's the way that it came out of my mouth. It's It made me feel like, oh my
Did it
gosh, it
make you
made
feel
me
like
feel,
less as a person, like less human?
yeah. No, it made me, and I went on, like, a fender for a hot minute, and I was crying for, like, a hot minute because I was like, "Damn, is there something, like, am I not portraying myself as the woman that I am? Or did he think that I was something and now he doesn't think that I'm that anymore?" It really, I don't know, it,
Made you go
like,
back and, like, really had to self-reflect on something that really wasn't an issue for you?
yeah, no, it was not an issue for me at all because my relationship with God is perfect.
Mhm,
I don't I don't see any problem with it.
mhm.
And just to hear that someone's view on the my relationship with God wasn't up to par for them to be in a relationship with me, I was like, "Damn, what the fuck is wrong with me then?"
Do you feel like
And ugh,
the OnlyFans thing played into it? Because originally he said that, it wasn't an issue. So do you feel like what was that about?
yeah, that's a little messy because he told me that he mentioned to production that he didn't want an OnlyFans girl. And I mean, shit, like, if if you knew that and whenever it came out and I told you and it wasn't so much of a problem, then why didn't you just, tell me how you really felt?
Mm, mm. Instead of
Because, man, we, like, got out of the cabin, we were dating, like, everything was cutesy. I mean, it wasn't really cutesy, I, like, mentioned this on the reunion, but me and Brian, like, hooked up after the show, and, like, we had sex. He didn't call me back, and I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Well, maybe since he didn't call me back, maybe I need to remind him of what he's missing." So I sent him a little picture, and he was like, "Oh, like, not like you look good or anything like that." He was just like, "I don't really like nudes." And I was like, "Oh, first of all, what man doesn't like nudes? Second, I was like, "Okay, like, maybe I'm doing too much." And I started questioning, like, random things that I would do just to,
Mhm.
I don't know, be cutesy in a
That honestly doesn't make
relationship.
any sense to me. I feel like I wish he kind of approached with more communication.
Yeah, me too. I feel like he never gave me straight answers. Even after, like, we, had that whole, like, relationship with God conversation, he was like, "But Anissa, like, I still wanna talk to you, like, I love getting to know you, like, I really feel
Which
like we
is
can
crazy though, because I
build
asked him
something."
yesterday, and I asked him, I said, "Oh my goodness," I said, "If, Anissa had changed these 2 things," I said, "would you really be opening into actually really wanting to talk to her?" And he said, "Yes."
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
what was the 2 things? Dang, I forgot. I'm like, if I
It
remember
was
it.
probably, like, me going to church every Sunday and me stopping my OnlyFans.
Yeah, it probably was. It probably is those 2 things. Um, I I mean, I feel like how I told him, I said, "I understand his perspective, like, I understand the perspective of it." I feel like me personally, how I would if I had a partner, I don't want them doing OnlyFans just because I'm protective. Me,
Yeah,
I'm protected. That's just how I am. Like, what's mine is mine.
yeah.
But at the same time, that's how people live their life. But I feel like, Brian, you also came into the attention that it was okay for her to do that, and also you led her along. So who's really at fault here, and why did you keep things going? And if you knew it wasn't gonna work long term, why did you end up hooking up with her? So who really looks like the hmm?
Yeah. No, and also I just wanna say, like, OnlyFans is such a touchy topic, you know?
Mhm.
I manage OnlyFans. So
Yeah.
for me, OnlyFans has always been looked at as, like, a business, a moneymaker. So me managing all these girls, making these girls, like, $5,000 a day, I was like, "Wait a second. I want some too." So
Mhm.
that's why I have an OnlyFans. It's not because, like, I just am popping my pussy on the internet, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's never been that. But but I don't know, I just felt like it was just so judgy,
Mhm.
just because that one app has such a huge stigma on it.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I feel like at the same time, God always brings people here for a reason, season, or a lifetime. So I wouldn't stress about
Mm.
it. Would you actually I'm thinking about it now. Would you
Okay, okay.
actually be open to having like a debate talking to him?
Yeah, no, because whenever you, like, argue with someone and you can tell that someone's and, like, non-disclosure,
Yeah.
but, whenever you're talking to someone and you can tell, like, that person is wrong,
Mhm.
that is one thing that I always wanted to teach young girls, is to let that person speak, and let that person speak and let them air all of that out, because if it makes sense to them and you have, like, regular logic, like, actual logic that combats that, like, you don't have to fight, you don't have to argue. You just have to, like, make your point. "Why doesn't this make sense? Why doesn't this
Mhm.
make sense?"
Mhm.
Like, and if some person keeps coming around to the topic and keeps trying to make it make sense, just allow that person to make it make sense for them. You know
Mm.
what I mean?
Yeah. So would you actually be opening to having a conversation with him?
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
I feel like I can definitely orchestrate that in the best way possible because I know both points of views, and I feel I would honestly be like fucked up in the head, like if somebody just left me dry, especially if I gave myself, like you gave yourself to this person just for them to
Yeah.
dial it back, you know?
Yeah, multiple times at that.
Mm.
So, it was, like,
Mm.
annoying.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get. I'll get that going soon. I'll get that going
Yeah,
for
you
real. Mhm.
should,
Mhm.
because there's a lot to chat about. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Mhm. Like off of this, we'll have a chat like later on about like stuff that happened, so I can get a full scoop. You know.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
I don't want to. We don't want to put all that.
Mhm.
And then yeah, we'll talk about that.
We'll
We'll
talk
talk
about
about
it.
that. We'll talk about that. Okay. All right. So
Okay.
last but not least, okay. We gonna talk about the reunion because it was a
Oh,
lot going on. First of all, you were one of the best dressed. I mean, hello,
thank you.
hello.
Wait, you saw me?
Yeah, saw a little bit. Yeah.
Where did you see it? I wanna see. Goddamn.
No, I don't think it's. I think I saw like clippings and like clippings and stuff like that. But because
I'm so good at finding clips. I clearly need to go
yeah, but
look
I think
again.
it's just like I also like I'm like an insider. Like
Um,
I'm also an insider, so it's like I know stuff before actually knowing stuff. You know.
yeah.
So
I need to get on that. Shit.
yeah. The life of a podcast. I gotta have to know the information beforehand.
Yeah, a little
Mm,
1, 2.
but I wanted to ask just really quickly.
Yeah,
I know 90% of it was literally just fighting. A lot of this, a lot of that,
yeah.
fights. Falling over Janisha, and y'all are over there. Y'all are right.
Yeah, that was
A
crazy.
lot was
I
going
almost got hit
on.
with a chair.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I wanted to ask you, did you feel like you got enough camera time or you had enough like emotions to say what you had to say? Were you able to like, get your words out? Because I just didn't know a lot was going on in that room. It was just a lot of energies going around.
Yeah, no, for sure. There was a lot of energy in that room.
Mm-hmm.
Energy, blood, sweat, and tears, literally. Um, but I mean, I got what I needed to say out, and I'm happy that, like, speaking my piece, I had
Mm-hmm.
people who, like, I didn't have to, like, bear the hurt of, like, "What's wrong with me? Like, why doesn't he like me?" Like,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
everyone else was like, "Yeah, why don't you like her?" So, it really felt good to just, like, not have to, like, bear that pain by myself anymore. So, it was fine for me. I wish I mean, there's probably not much more to talk about. I could talk about that topic all day long, as you can
Mm-hmm.
tell.
Mhm.
But
But I thought
I
we got bigger fish to fry, you know? There's a lot
yeah,
more, you know? Mhm.
exactly, exactly.
Mhm.
So I think I got what I need to say out for sure.
Mhm. So, before I let you go, because you already know we finna have another we finna have another chat soon.
Of course.
I just wanted to ask you, how has Love Cabin changed how you approach relationships now?
Um, honestly, I have always taken like red flags seriously, but now that I know that red flags are literally everywhere, um,
Mhm.
I okay, I will say I didn't take my red flag seriously. I would be like, "Oh, this is a red flag, but maybe I still like them. Maybe I should
Yeah.
giving this a chance. Maybe I should like make this work. Maybe I can fix them."
Mhm.
But I think Love Cabin definitely taught me, like, "Girl, you don't have to fix anybody. If that man don't want you, then don't talk to that man. There's plenty of
Mm.
other fish in the sea." So
Mm.
and I'll definitely just, like, going into more relationships, I think that I am going to be more strict. More strict because it taught me what I like in a relationship and what I wouldn't put up with in a relationship, just watching everybody else. So, yeah, no, definitely a learning experience, I will say that.
Mhm. So, a lot was said,
Yeah.
and I just wanna thank you so much for just even taking out your time to speak with me. I feel like this is, like, one of the easiest conversations. It's like a FaceTime call. Um
No, for real.
Yeah, I appreciate you so much. But what I do with every single guest is before we leave, I always have them say a quote, whether it applies to themselves or the guests too as well, just so, we can walk out with some wisdom and learning, good energy.
Mhm,
But I'll go first because I feel like I have a quote that kind of like defines the situation.
mhm.
One would be that boundaries are proof that I finally love myself.
Mm, I love that. That is
Hmm.
beautiful.
Hmm.
What would my quote be? I would say, mm, "If you love it, then let it go, and if it comes back, it was meant to be."
But what if I don't want to? I'm playing. No, that is very, very that is very true, though. That is
Yeah.
very true, though. I hope y'all took away from this episode everything y'all need to take away from. I hope y'all got to know Anissa a lot more than the cameras and the screens, and just know that she's more than a pretty girl. She has so much more to offer too as well. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you guys tune in to another episode of All Things Davon. Until next
Eh.
time, bye y'all.